Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam, back from a couple-day break. Just needed to blow off some steam and take care of some things, but we are back and there is not a shortage of strange things to talk about. But first, surrounds this little tiny alien-looking skeleton that many of you may remember was discovered some years back. It was actually one of the main topics in the Dr. Greer documentary called Sirius, and has since been known as the Atacama alien. And so if you haven't heard about this, the tiny skeleton was first discovered back in 2003 in the remote Atacama Desert region of Chile, and has since been the topic of much controversy, with many wondering, is this proof that tiny alien beings once roamed the Earth, or that at least met their demise here? The tiny mummified body was like nothing we had ever seen before, said to have been discovered by an amateur collector exploring a ghost town in Chile, who said that he came across this white cloth in a leather pouch, unwrapping it, where he found this 6-inch long skeleton. And despite its size, it was remarkably complete. It had hardened teeth, and yet there were some striking anomalies. It had 10 ribs instead of the usual 12, giant eye sockets, and a long skull that ended in a point. The object ended up in a private collection, with more rumors about the skeleton later being fueled by the 2013 Sirius documentary. And now, after much testing of the object and its DNA, this past Thursday, a team of scientists presented a very different explanation for the Atacama alien, and that it was not alien at all, but was still remarkably strange. And so the bones of the skeleton contained DNA that not only showed that it was a human, but that it was a little girl belonging to the local population at the time. The researchers also identified in her DNA a group of mutations in the genes related to bone development. And so they're saying that these mutations may be responsible for the skeleton's bizarre form, causing a hereditary disorder never before documented in humans. Now, scientists have not carried out any precise dating of the skeleton, so they can't say exactly when the little girl lived. And by the way, they're saying that she was likely a stillborn. DNA fragments are still pretty large, and according to scientists, say that she is less than 500 years old. But still, the body's elongated skull, the fact that, although being the size of a fetus, the bones of the skeleton are developed as those of a 6 or 7-year-old. Not to mention the 10 ribs instead of 12, and the hardened teeth, which again, scientists have never seen before. So I posted this on Twitter earlier, and a lot of people are not buying what these scientists are saying that, well, this is some sort of cover-up, and that most of what these researchers have put forth are theories, seeing as that they have no idea what kind of mutation caused this. As of right now, the mutation doesn't exist. We've never seen it before. The fact that something that's only 6 inches long could have hardened bones and teeth like that of an adult, as if it had lived for years, and yet looks like something straight out of an alien film. I mean, just look at the thing. So, I will post a link for you guys down below to the full article about this. Read it, come back, tell me what you think down in the comments. Could the mystery of this Chilean alien mummy finally been solved? Well, only time will tell, I guess, so I'll leave it up to you guys. Now, in other news, we have a new video that's just hit the web, and it was captured from a commercial airliner flying over Turkey. The source was pointing their camera out the window when they discovered something coming up through the clouds, spraying something in its wake, almost what looks like a contrail, but of a very different color. So I'll let you guys watch the video, a short clip of it, and we'll talk more in just a second.
No, it's not. What is it? Carrie, what is that? What is that? Carrie, what is that?
I have no idea.
Holy crap!
Don't move me. Don't move me.
Ladies and gentlemen, compliance with European emergency requirements for hand carry liquids. Bear in mind our attracting customers and public supply. Customers traveling from outside the European Union and are non-European airlines are allowed to carry liquids and sealing and authorized liquids come in evidence bag. A type of liquid will let it be provided such as solid liquid.
This was posted by the YouTube channel Carrie Foritis, and I'll put a link to her original video down below. And what is strange about this, as many people are pointing out, is how the object comes into frame. You know, it does almost a complete turn, you know, twisting itself, and then leaving in its wake this dark grayish black contrail, which some are theorizing is something that's being sprayed into our atmosphere. My first thought was that, yeah, it obviously looks like an aircraft of some kind, possibly another plane, and so is the darkness of the contrail or chemtrail coming behind it just a trick of light with the trail against the blue sky backdrop here? Or is there something more to it? So I will let you guys decide. You can watch the video again, but a lot of people out there seem to think there's something strange about it. Put your comments down below. And while we're on the topic of strange things being caught out of airplane windows, here we have a new photo that was recently published to MUFON. There's a couple of photographs actually. Someone who was on a flight to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They were at about 40,000 feet high, and as the source was looking down at the clouds below, noticed something almost looking as if it was carving a path through these lower hanging clouds. And so here you can see where they put a circle around the object or objects. Now at first they thought that it was maybe a giant antenna or smokestacks popping up through the clouds, but the pilot had come on the radio and told the passengers that the clouds below were around 6,000 to 10,000 feet up, which I think would obviously rule out smokestacks or antennas. And so they said it almost looked like something was, you know, like a boat moving through water, leaving something in its wake. And from here it almost looks like two separate objects, either that or it's just, again, a trick of perspective, and it's just one massive object carving a trail through the clouds, but it definitely looks like something's moving, cutting a trail through these clouds at about 10,000 feet. So, again, tell me what you guys think down below. Now, lastly today, show you something pretty cool here. The Mars Global Surveyor, which is an orbiter that is currently circling around planet Mars, snapping pictures, captured something, some would say reminiscent, of the infamous face on Mars that many believe to be an ancient monolith created millions of years ago by those who lived on the red planet's surface. And well, in this new photograph, we have what has been even dubbed by NASA as the Christ alien. And it's a very anomalous crater taking on this eerie alien face type shape to it. That has once again got people wondering if this could be another ancient monolith or just a really cool natural formation, which it does seem to be that way, but still pretty awesome. So I'll put the link to this down below. And with that, I'm going to get back to work. Like I said, it's been a couple of days, so I've got a lot to catch back up on. While I was off, I went to the gun range, which I do maybe a couple of times a year, and actually shot an AK for the first time ever. And probably the last time, because that thing was a little bit too much fun and jumped all over the place. I highly recommend, if any of you want to blow off some steam during a stressful day, go to your local range and pop some off down target. I promise you, you will feel better afterwards. So, thank you guys again for stopping by. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter for updates as to when new videos are coming, and I will see you all back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.